Merry Christmas. Nah, not really, is it? Wednesday 1, Cardiff 2. So Wednesday welcome to Cardiff side to Hillsbury today, who'd been having a little bit of struggle of form themselves, and Wednesday made a couple of changes for the game. Changes for Wednesday for the festive visit of Cardiff City. Valentin dropped out and was replaced by Liam Palmer, and George Byers came into the side to replace Deshaun Bernard. That meant a little bit of a reshuffle for Wednesday. Palmer in at right back. The centre-backs Diaby and Firmino, who moved across from left-back. Marvin Johnson into left-back. And George Byers making up that midfield three. So the team was Cam Dawson in goal, back four. Palmer, Diaby, Firmino, Johnson. Midfield from right to left, a surprise inclusion for Callum Patterson, who left the QPR match on a stretcher. Patterson, Byers, Volks, Bannon and Masaba, and Bailey Cadamartri continuing as centre forward. Surprising to see Patterson back. He went down with that injury, went off with a stretcher, other night, and I thought he could be out for a couple of weeks, especially, Wednesday's run with injuries and what have you. So nice to see him back there. I thought he might start up front with Cadamartri, but as it panned out, he sort of played a right-hand side position. Game kicked off. Or did it kick off? I mean, God, it was a very scrappy first half. Ball were getting lost by both teams. Wednesday, I would say we're better side. But I can't say we were missing final ball. I mean, it were giving away a lot before final ball. There were a lot of loose passes in there from everybody. I'm trying to think of any opportunities. Cadamartri had an half chance about 10 minutes in, which turned well, got shot away, and it Masaba on thigh, and that was a sort of theme at day, really, that when Wednesday did get shots away, not particularly clear-cut opportunities, but, half opportunities, there always seemed to be a bodying way. I suppose you've got to give Cardiff credit for that, because there were times throughout the 90 minutes where Wednesday were cracking shots in, and, they got 5, 6, 7 bodies in their own 18-yard box defending, so I suppose you've got to credit them in a way, but very frustrating. Like I said, first half, I'm trying to think, there weren't much in it. A couple of long balls we nearly got in behind. Alnick did really well on one of them. It was a sort of lofted ball down left side. I think it was for Mayo, might have been Bannon. But one of them left footers anyway, he came and made a really good punch right up corner of his box. He couldn't have claimed it, I don't think. He'd probably felt falling outside his box, but come and got a good fist to it with Cadamartri and Masaba closing in. But really, not a lot of opportunities in that first half. Not a great football game. Wednesday take lead, 27 minutes. I can't really say it had been coming in the sense that there were any sort of particular Wednesday onslaught, but we weren't better at two teams. Ball from Bannon out to Johnson, a move that we've seen a lot of the last couple of years, and a lovely ball from Marvin. It shows the benefit of having that natural left peg out there. Nice ball swept forward. Masaba does a really good, it's a sort of choppy creef turn, gets back inside his man and absolutely smashes it. I thought he might be going far corner or drilling a low one on near post. He just pastes it at keeper really, but there's that much on it, keeper's got no chance. It's sort of directly above him. Masaba gets a booking very early in second half, and it has a massive impact on the game, I think, because he later gets subbed. And in a way, I think that in a roundabout way is involved in one of our goals that we concede, but he gets booked about 30 seconds in. Catches their right fullback. It's not a bad one. I'm not sure that's a booking at all, to be honest with you. Kid's gone down, made a right meal of it. But this is inconsistency of refereeing, because not a minute after that, one of their lads, I think he's called Collins, he's got the full bear hug on Patterson and just wrestles him to the floor. Absolutely no attempt to go football at all. And not only does ref not book him, he don't even see it. He don't even see it. And neither does the linesman who stood 3 or 4 yards away. And I try not to talk about officials, because officials have not cost us game today. What's cost us game is us being a bit slack by. But the standard's really poor, and he's had a bit of a stinker today. I mean, twice in first half, balls hit him. The first one, it comes at him quick. I don't think he can get out of the way, referee. I don't think he can get out of the way. Second one, though, Wednesday you're attacking, Leppin's laying in. Forward ball hits ref. Ref's facing Cop. He's in front of man. It's almost like he's dropped in and he's showing for feet. Yes, I'll have. Do you know what I mean? What's he doing there? It's a terrible position it's took up. As it were, it sort of ricochets. Wednesday actually sort of get Patterson away down the right, but he pulls it back then. He pulls it back. No advantage at all in pulling that back. But yeah, I don't think he's had a great game. So Masaba's got a booking early on in second half. 52 minutes, we see again a little flash of quality. It's Kedamatra. We've got a free kick. It's about 5 yards into their half, maybe 10. Really, wide out on touchline. Volks whips it in really low, just below sort of chest height. And the angle, it's a really flat ball, in it, a flat angle. And I wouldn't have thought anybody was going to be able to get anything on it, but Kedamatra does really well. Good body shape, manages to hook it on first time. That was close. Keeper takes that down. Wednesday growing in ascendancy at second half. Like I said, we'd have most at first half without looking too dangerous. Second half, I thought we were on the team in it, looking to win it anyway. Still a bit sloppy with ball at times, but going forward, getting numbers forward. And I thought if anybody's going to get another goal, it'd be Wednesday. I genuinely thought, next goal would probably be us making it 2-0. 65 minutes, lovely ball from Barry Bannon. He's had another good game today to build on match against QPR. Finds Marvin Johnson. He drives on into space, and it's we talked about this before. He don't blaze at things, Marvin. He's quite considered with his finishing and his shooting. Drills it across, and I'm telling you now, that is going right in corner. That is going right in bottom corner. But Alnick, again, really strong left-handed save to put it round post. And that's difference in it at this level. Third division goalkeeper, I think that probably goes in. It's a good little spell from Wednesday. It's like a 10-15 minute spell from maybe 55, 60 minutes onwards. Probably twice in that time frame, Byers and Patterson link up really well. One of them, Byers gets Patterson away. He's just about to screw ball into the box, and Byers is in there. He'll have a clear shot at goal, and McGuinness does really well. Slides in, puts it out for a corner, and that was one that sort of themes during this spell. As I've touched on before, the number of men they got back in their own box, 5, 6, 7 players in their own box, chucking the bodies at it, getting blocks in. Hell of a lot of blocks today, Cardiff. And you've got to give them credit for that. But very frustrating as a Wednesday fan. Just couldn't seem to find enough to get that second goal. Despite that, though, I never felt unduly under threat. I didn't, sat there watching and I thought, we've played better football, but we were on top, and you're just hoping something will bounce for you or bobble for you. Number of times it drops down in box off a ricochet, and it, one of their full-backs or whatever will get a chance to hammer it away rather than one of our lads get a chance to get a shot on. But I never felt they really threatened us at all until they scored. 73 minutes, they're back in game. We do get caught. Kids got a bit of work to do though. We just seem to open up down that left hand side. That really frustrating goal. a little cute ball in box sort of round corner in behind Marv and towards Firmino, who I thought had a decent game actually, albeit two of their shots have sort of clipped off him and gone into net. I don't think first one could be considered an own goal, but it definitely does take a clip which changes direction of it. They're back in game at 1-1. And there's that part here then that when you've had most at ball, when you've had, most at playing their half, and then you get hit with a sucker punch like that, there's that little part here that thinks, okay, do we batten down hatches and take points here? Because before game, despite they've been on a bad run, if you'd said to me, point against Cardiff, I'd have been like, okay. But 1-1, Danny Rull very positive though. Bernard came on at centre half for Diaby. Now I don't know if that's because Big Lad were struggling with that knocked heading week or whatever. I found that's a bit surprising. Like for like centre half swaps are very rare, aren't they? Unless somebody's got a knock. So I'm not sure what that was about. I wasn't particularly sure why Bernard didn't start. I don't know if they were resting him. I know they measure the stats these days and everything else, and the levels and the volume, as Darren Moore used to call it. A bit surprised he didn't start. And then a bit surprised to see Bambo go off. I thought he had a decent game. Intercepted a lot of balls, won a lot of headers. And like I said, on rare occasions that they actually foraged attacks and put crosses in box, he seemed to be one who were on end of them. I think he's had another decent game. And then we sacrificed Byers and brought Fletcher on up front to go and try and win the game. And it's positive from Danny Rull. I'm not sure he might not look back at it and think, well, maybe I should have left things as they were, but he's a positive manager. It goes to a draw and he's saying, no, I don't want a draw, I want to win. And now and again them things can bite you on Harris, can't they? 82 minutes, good ball down left hand side. The calls for offside from them, it weren't. Cadamartri got away, cut inside. He's got two defenders closing in on him. It's a decent touch actually, but it's a very tight angle. Does enough to get a shot, but again, Alnick, right place, good block on it. I'm not so sure it don't ricochet up and smash him on end of Uta, because he seemed to be holding his neck a bit after that. But these little half opportunities where you're thinking, over end, these little half opportunities sneak in, don't they? That's how you think as a Wednesday fan. I'm sure probably fans of most clubs do that. We never seem to get Robert Green in that sense, And then they score, and it's a lad Tete. Well, it's gone down as an own goal for Mayo, which I don't attach any blame to him. It only hits him because he's trying to do the right thing and get back there and cover the line. And I think we've all conceded an own goal, haven't we? I once conceded an own goal, and it's got to be 25 years ago, but I can see it as fresh in my mind as if it were yesterday, because there's no what you can do. I can remember I was playing middle at Park, opposition had broke down right, they got him behind full back, and I was sprinting back full pelt, and I'm about level with 6 yard line, wide line at 6 yard box, running back in, kids drilled across. And as I was running, as my knee come up on full stride, it's hit my knee and diagonally shot into the top left-hand corner. He could put that ball in 1,000 times and I won't be able to knee it there if I tried. It just... And I can remember just looking at my goalkeeper and he was just looking at me, and there's no what you can say, is there? There's no what you can say, you just like... Right. Anyway, yeah. Valentin had come on at right full back for Parma. They break. Can he do better? I think he can do a little bit better, to be honest. I thought Palmer had a good game. I thought he looked fitter than he's looked all season. I think he's getting his levels back. Little bit of rust in some areas at game, but overall I thought he looked more like his old self today. I'm not sure I'd have brought him off personally, but they'd brought that Tanner on, who caused us some real problems at their place earlier in the season. With his Jack Grealish under 10 socks on. He looked a real player at their place. Didn't do so much today, and then, of course, speaking too soon like you do, then he's involved with winner. Gets a shot, he takes a slight deflection off Valentin. Dawson gets down. I think the deflection off Valentin's took a bit of pace off it. And he pats it down. Push it wide, put it round post. I think he can probably hold it, to be honest with you. And that Ateti gets in, and I'm gutted that it would him who sort of had their final touch, because he'd come on. I thought he would a bit of a bell end. He was booting Bambo at one bit when he was on the floor. He gave somebody else a kick over the other side. I think it was for Mayo. Just a bit of a tool, and so gutted he was involved. I'm almost glad that for Mayo put it over that line to stop him claiming goal. But I'm a bit of a mardy arse like that. Yeah, Dawson makes save, then it sort of squirms underneath him for the second one. Second attempt, 2-1 down. You can't defend it at the end of the day. That and goalkeepers make mistakes. They do make mistakes, but it's how often you make mistakes. There's a moment every week where I go, oh, they've got to do better than that. Don't always result in a goal, but there's a moment every week when I'm like, oh no. They're not infallible goalkeepers. They do make mistakes. They all make mistakes. I mean, I can remember 30 years ago, Chris Woods, we signed a goalkeeper for £1 million. He's an England international, and I can remember him on his debut patting a shot out to their centre forward to have another go at it, and Villa scored in a goal. It happens. Keepers do that, but when it's regular, it's a worry. 6 minutes injury time. Wednesday piling forward, chucking kitchen sink at it. Marv has a drive again. Their keeper, good save. Alnick, that's difference really, isn't it? Dan Spanier side, centre forwards, set of midfielders, set of halves and goalkeepers. If you've got that solid spine, if everyone Dan Spanier team is championship quality, you can almost get away with some fillers right edge. But yeah, Alnick, good save from Marv. And then there's a couple of penalty shouts at end. Or is there? Well, the first one, ball drops in. Fletcher, he does get a touch. There is a bit of a tug on his shirt, but for me, he's got to stay on his feet. If you've got opportunity there to get shot away, get shot away. And if you're fouled and you've got a decent referee, he can pull it back for penalty. If he thinks it's blatant. Okay, maybe not this level, referees is shit. But in theory, they can pull it back. It goes down far too easy for making. I mean, I think it's a bit lucky you don't get booked, to be honest with you. I think it's get the shot away. Honestly, get the shot away. I cannot understand in that position. A bit of a tug on shirt, but bloody hell. Nah, he's got to get a shot there for me. Probably a minute after that, there's another one. It's on corner at box. He's not running towards goal. There is contact. It is from behind. It does nudge it. And I'd be gutted if it were given against us. I'll put it that way. But again, seeing him given, And in fact, the first one, which is a bit of a dive, seen them given as well, especially in Premier League. You seem to see them every week. But second one, I better claim that first one. Am I devastated they weren't awarded? No, because both 50-50 toss of a coin in terms of refereeing. And you shouldn't be relying on them clowns to give you decisions, because do you know what I mean? A frustrating afternoon. Very frustrating afternoon. Wednesday 1, Cardiff 2. Yeah, God. I never felt under threat at any part of that game, and we've come where we know. It sort of swings and roundabouts, because at their place earlier in the season we offered no, you know what I mean? I thought this would a bit like that in reverse. I thought they offered nothing really, and then smash and grab there. Man at match, I thought Palmer were looking more like his old self. That were pleasing. I won't say not man at match level, but I thought that was a big stride today by Liam Palmer in towards looking like his old self. Thought Bambo's won headers again, tackles, blocks. He's impressed me again, especially after he had that knock. Pato got through his usual shift and Volks. Thought Marv gave us a natural balance to the team that's nice. And on another day, he's probably got 2 goals, but as I said, the Alnick, 2 really smart saves. I think my man at match, I'd probably give it to Baz again. That's twice this week, innit? I thought our best opportunities to create anything were probably going to come from him. He was not a blinder. None of them's had a blinder today. They were all guilty of giving ball away, but I don't think Bannon would pick up bunch, really. It's just a shame that we couldn't have held on, because I took a 1-0, by the way, because that would have narrowed that gap on QPR down to, I think it was 2 points, and psychologically that would have affected QPR and been a right good boost for our lads. Yeah, really frustrating. Yeah, so onwards. What's next one? I think is it Coventry next game. Just got to keep doing the same things, but just to cut out these moments of slackness, these little mistakes. Bit of an experience in it. Gassama, that goal, I think he can do better right at the beginning of it as well. And yet he won us a couple of corners. You're going to get that with young kids, aren't you? They're good at doing what they do, going one way, and maybe not so good doing other side of the game, going the other way. Frustrating, because we should have had at least a point out of this game, if not 3. And I'm sat here and I'm still a bit bemused that we hadn't took all 3 points, but there we go. Yeah, Coventry next. Coventry and Preston away next. Well, they're all tough games, aren't they? I mean, we've been bottom at table most of the year. They're all tough games. If we could take 4 points there, I think that's achievable. Coventry and Preston taking us into the new year. I'd be happy with that. I genuinely thought we could take 7 points from Cardiff, Coventry and Preston. No, maybe I've been a bit greedy, a bit unrealistic. Well, that'll do. God, I can't even sit here and have a comfort mince pie, can I? Because of my special fatty diet. So, stick a celery and off we go. Right. Enjoy your Christmas. Try and enjoy your Christmas. And I'll see you for Boxing Day review. Have a good one. Take care. Don't eat too much. In fact, now, eat what you want. Have fun. Have fun. Have some mince pies for me. The afflicted. Right, City.